All right, guys, so we have this totally integrated power module, otherwise called TIPM. This is found on Dodge Rams, any of the Dodge products really. And these things go bad all the time in the rustier areas of the world because the connectors that plug into the back here, they're not weather packed. You can see some of the corrosion that's in there that starts forming on the pins. And also this case itself is not weather packed. You can see there's access holes here and here and here. Moisture gets in there and it just corrodes the board. So a lot of times when you have electrical issues on these trucks, this is the first place that you go to look because this distributes power everywhere to all the circuits in the vehicle. So if there's an issue here, you usually have an issue. That'll be the problem. So as far as taking these things apart, real easy. You got to get it out of there, 13 mil nut to get the power cable off, and then there's a bunch of connectors on the bottom, and then these locking tabs that you just push over and the whole thing will slide up. Now, first thing I'm going to do is just take a picture of where all the fuses are because we need to remove all the fuses. They are clipped into the actual tangs of the board that hold the fuses. This is what it's going to look like inside. And you can see this is out of a 2012 Dodge Journey, but it's the same idea. And so that's why we got to take all the fuses out. So first thing, take a picture, remove all the fuses. Then we're going to go ahead and take this lid off and then go around and undo all of the securing tabs that lock the two pieces of plastic together. And you can see here, there's retaining tabs here, 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 and there'll be a bunch on here as well. So, all right, so we got everything apart here. Now, once you get all your fuses and stuff out, the next thing that you're going to have to do is pop your cover off. That's no big deal. You just, it just clips off of these tabs here. This, you might have a little bit of issues struggling with this. So this yellow one, you just stick a screwdriver in there, carefully pop it up. And then this white one, this is your airbag fuse, airbag module fuse, I believe. Or this one's airbag, this one might be something else. But anyhow, you can see the two white tabs that are down in there. So I just used a big flathead screwdriver and stuck it down in there and pried out this way. But just be really careful that you don't destroy it. It's very fragile. It's easy to just wreck the plastic or whatever. So be real gentle with it, have patience. Now you're gonna wanna take this cover off first before this cover. So this sits on here like this and will be clipped in. And then this is what this looks like on this side where all your fuses connect to. So this piece will be on here like so. To get this thing off, there are just a bunch of retaining tabs on the side of it. So you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it will be a big help if you have a bunch of small pocket screwdrivers. That'll help you a lot. You almost need at least 2, 3 would be the best. And you just slip them underneath of there like that and then work your way around. Start on one side and kind of get it up like this just a little bit. Don't pry too much because it's going to want to bend those pins. So you just want it up enough that you can work your way around, get those clips off. And then, like I say, now this cover is going to be on here. And the only thing holding this on is 2 tabs located here and in here. So I actually had issues. I couldn't get the tabs to go back in far enough to slip past this case. So what I did was I just took a razor blade and I shaved just a small amount off, just enough so that it would slip past, but it would still obviously be functional when I go to put it back together. Now you can see we've got a pin in here that's completely rotted off. And that is located right there. Whoops. And we've got this pin looks nice and gross as well. Now these aren't board mounted pins. These ones here, you can see there's a hole in the board. They go right through the board, and how they do that, there's just layered sheet metal basically that they've stamped out and folded into pins, and it acts as a circuit grid. And they layer that all together. And you can see that here, all these layers. They sandwich all these different layers of metal and plastic together, and that acts as different circuits that go to different portions of the connectors and whatever. And you can kind of see it through there a little nicer. So that's how they kind of do that. It's a little neat. This circuit board does have a bit of corrosion starting there as well. These boards are coated in a sort of an epoxy or a silicone or something like that. So, but it doesn't matter. The corrosion still gets in there and destroys stuff. Just watch. I had this on this side where the fuses go in. All these pieces of sheet metal just get like plastic riveted in, and I had this one. The rivets are just really, really fragile and cheap. So it popped off, but I was able to snap it back in. Everything's good to go. In this case, I just looked up to see what that circuit was and what was affected, but it didn't show me a pinout for pin number 11 on that. And I'm gonna have to look and see if there's a wire that goes in there and go check the connector population to see what it is. So hopefully it's nothing major. And we're gonna pick the best one out of two. We'll make another video on how to replace this thing here in a minute, and we'll figure out which one's the best one, put it in the truck, send the other one out to be refurbished, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching. Got any questions? Throw them in the comments below, hit that thumbs up button, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.